Hey everybody, welcome back to 2A News Now. My name is Troy, and I really appreciate you taking your time tuning into my video. There's been an unexpected development in the ATF pistol brace rule. We all know that the House of Representatives passed a resolution to stop the pistol brace rule, and that the vote would go to the Senate soon. And we were all under the impression that it wouldn't pass the Senate. And if any chance that it did, of course Biden would veto it. But now it looks like some of the Democrats are going to jump ship and vote with the Republicans. The Senate, as early as next week, is expected to vote to kill President Joe Biden's regulation on AR-15s equipped with pistol braces. That a rule overnight turned tens of millions of law-abiding citizens into felons. Key sources following the issue said 3 Democratic senators are leaning toward joining at a united GOP to repeal the rule that went into effect this month. But even with the support of pro-gun Democrats, Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia, John Tester of Montana, and Angus King of Maine, it won't be enough to override a threatened Biden veto. The House passed the repeal in mid-June by a 219 to 210 margin. Still, rejection via the Congressional Review Act process would be a major blow to Biden's liberal anti-gun agenda, a sharp rebuke to overzealous regulators at the ATF, and a signal to federal judges that there is support for rulings against the Biden gun control drive. Several groups have sued the ATF and won temporary injunctions against the rule, and even more are pressuring senators, notably Manchin and Tester, in ads and online campaigns. The American Firearms Association, for example, said they are targeting Manchin and Senator Christian Sinema. Both are up for re-election next year and represent pro-gun states. 2 sources said driving GOP unity and some Democratic support is anger at Biden's reliance on regulations to implement policy that Congress should have a vote on. And in Manchin's case, one said, it is the Biden's White House's endless moves to embarrass him. Senators John Kennedy, a Republican from Louisiana, and Roger Marshall, a Republican from Kansas, are the sponsors of the Congressional Review Act resolution, the sister to the House version, sponsored by Representative Andrew Clyde, a Republican from Georgia. The issue is both complicated and simple. The brace was developed as a feature on shorter-barreled AR-15s to help disabled people stabilize the gun. It was targeted at veterans, but the package soon became enormously popular with target shooters and hunters who often used the adjustable brace as a rifle stock. The ATF repeatedly said the gun was legal, even with the shorter barrels. Typically, short-barreled rifles are regulated under the Al Capone-era National Firearms Act, requiring a $200 tax stamp and registration. When Biden became president, the ATF changed its mind and decided to regulate the firearm under the National Firearms Act. It set a June 1st deadline for registration of millions of guns, but didn't require the $200 fee. The ATF said that those who don't register their guns could destroy them or remove the brace. Just over 253,000 people decided to register their guns. Second Amendment advocates have quietly argued that the courts will eventually throw out the ATF rule, as what was done with the Trump administration ban on so-called bump stocks. Biden has included the firearm. It is called for an assault-style weapons ban. Only 2 pistol-braced weapons have been used in mass shootings. Groups sued, claiming only Congress can outlaw the device, and that Biden's administrative state is out of control, a situation similar to his administration's try at banning gas stoves. And that's what this is all about. It's the fact that the Biden government thinks it can regulate whatever it wants, whenever it wants. And if they can do it with a piece of plastic on a firearm, what prevents them from doing it to the porch on your house, your car, or anything else? Where does it end? I'll tell you where it ends when it comes to this pistol brace rule. Yes, the Senate may vote to stop this rule, but Sleepy Joe will definitely veto it. And then it comes to the courts, and I see it most likely going to the Supreme Court. And I personally think eventually we will win and get our pistol braces back permanently. And we need to continue to push and pressure our elected officials to stop this madness and stop it now. As always, I would really like to hear your thoughts about the video in the comment section down below. And I appreciate everybody's support You guys are always crushing it by liking, sharing, and subscribing and hitting those post notifications. It really does help the channel out and it helps it grow. And I invite everybody back to see my next video.